Hey guys, welcome back to another YouTube video. Today I'm going to be talking about power scaling Warhammer, and I put some batteries in my alarm because you guys were really getting on to me about that. Like, oh, put some batteries in your alarm. So yeah, I did it. So I'm pretty sure I posted a video about it, but I decided because I have 100 subscribers, I might as well do it for you guys. Because you guys subscribe. And yeah, today I'm going to be talking about power scaling Warhammer, because a lot of people seem to do their little power scale and stuff, but I'm just going to be doing my own little take about it. Not saying that theirs is wrong, because theirs is probably better than mine, but saying this is what I think about my power scale. Because with power scaling Warhammer is the Imperium of Man is already 1 million planets alone. So just them by themselves would instantly destroy any other sci-fi. Easily. And then they have 60 different types of weapons that are just insane, and then Primarchs and other stuff. But yeah, let's get into this video. Also, sorry if it's a little bit choppy, because to be honest, I don't really have a script for my videos. I just go off the top of my head. So yeah, let's get into it. Now with power scaling compared to each other, it's kind of difficult, because sometimes in the books, I'm pretty sure that one Cadian captain, even though he's a main character, you have to take some plot armor off. He beat a bunch of white scars in a scrimmage and something. So does that mean that every Cadian captain is equal to 10 white scars? Of course it doesn't mean that, of course. But I try to think of it as normally, on average, how much is equal to the next one. How much guardsmen are equal to a space marine. Does that mean that 10 guardsmen are equal to one space marine? I wouldn't say necessarily, because there are more factors. Strength wise, if they all work together, yeah, but training and also fear, because if I'm the 10 guardsmen, right, and I see the first 2 guys just get absolutely obliterated by the tank rounds of the bolt gun, I'm of course going to be scared and run away. I mean, yeah, of course I would, unless I'm one of those what are they called, Kriegsmen, and getting into it, Warhammer, another thing about it is reading the books is it's always a cycle of bigger fish. I'm pretty sure there was in this one book, by the way, all this lore that I'm mentioning, I'm pretty sure I just got them from watching YouTube shorts, okay? Because I don't have any Warhammer books. But it's the 2 champions were fighting, right? And then the Chaos Champion won. And then it's oh, the champion is the strongest in the chapter, blah, blah, blah. And then a couple pages down, a Grey Knight just comes in and just rips him in half, easily. First dude, he just, over his head, just rips him in half. I'm oh. So does that mean that, every Grey Knight is, equal to this? But you got to remember the thing. It's I'm saying, it's kind of just a big circle. I'd say Chaos Marines have the edge on normal Space Marines, but Grey Knights have the edge on Chaos Space Marines. But then again, normal Space Marines could easily, not easily, but definitely beat a Grey Knight. When the Space Wolves fought the Grey Knights, I'd say, yeah, definitely the Space Wolves had the advantage, because Grey Knights aren't worrying about fighting other Space Marines that are in the Imperium. They mostly just use their psychic powers, And another thing about power scaling is that it's really difficult to just go off the numbers, because I feel with Warhammer writers, it's awesome to see all of their stuff and all these cinematics and stuff, but man, when it comes to numbers, man, they just don't even try. They just start they just write some huge old numbers and be yep, this is how much happened in the battle, and oh, this is who won. So it's kind of crazy, and you can't really get a grasp of strength. Well, you can't really get a grasp of strength good from the board games. I say you can definitely get a grasp of scale and strength from the books, even though I just said that the books aren't reliable. I'd say the books are more reliable than the board game for strength wise, because in the board game, this is kind of me going on a rant, but man, Blood Angels versus Titans, no, Blood Angels versus, what are they called, versus Knights, man, my Blood Angels, they got absolutely murdered by the Knights, man. I feel they're only good against Tyranids, but yeah, I'm gonna go into the next thing, because now I'm just rambling. And I feel when you the approach that you should take when you do oh, is Star Wars or Buzz stronger than Warhammer? It's obviously it's 95% not going to be, okay? But you gotta think about it this way. You're telling when they say is Star Wars stronger than Warhammer, they're okay, all of the Chaos factions and all the Imperium factions teamed up, and then they all go out Star Wars. No universe is going to survive that. And I'd say well, not everybody does that, but like they say like most of it. Okay, so I feel like the approach you should take is like, could Star Wars not beat but at least survive? And like, what scale of like how much planets do you think Star Wars, like the Galactic Republic and all that stuff, how much planets do you think that it could like even like operate and actually defend without immediately like just getting murdered? And defend not by like and defend by like all of their armies like split between this much planets. How much can they successfully defend from like Tyranids and other stuff? And with other factions, I say like some of them are gonna be like, yeah, they're not gonna be able to beat Warhammer. Like I remember I was watching this sci-fi list and it's talking about oh, can Transformers beat Warhammer? Well, obviously not. Transformers, I wouldn't say they're the weakest sci-fi, but I'm not gonna act like they're the strongest. So that's the approach. I'm pretty sure in another YouTube video I'm gonna be talking about like how much planets I would rank them. Like, oh, could they operate this amount of planets, this amount? But yeah. Also, the most thing I like to compare them to and why I think Star Wars could actually like not thrive, but I say they could at least survive in Warhammer is because another thing, like Star Wars is on a similar scale to the Tau. Well, I'm not going to act like they're on the exact same scale. I'd say the Tau have a little bit better, but they're pretty similar to the Tau Empire. And the Tau Empire, while it's not like a huge empire spanning like 1 million planets, it's still like a pretty huge empire. So I would, well, not huge, but they're doing pretty good, you know? So I wouldn't say that like Star Wars just couldn't survive at all. But yeah, that's just going to be the YouTube video. Like, subscribe. Also, correct me if I'm wrong on anything. And if you think that, like, I got anything wrong, just let me know in the comments. I do read your full comments, no matter, like, how, like, what scale the comments are, like, paragraph scales. I still do read them. And, yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.